Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 7th of September 2016. How are you all feeling? There's a bit of a calmness. There was a calmness sort of came last night, and I was lying in bed this morning. It was like, yeah, I think today is just it's a calm day, and quite interesting with the card that came out. Um, so today the card that's came out is the Hermit. Now, I really like this card. And the thing with the Hermit is when this comes in, it's like this is a time of searching, you know. Sometimes this has a melancholy feel around it, but I'm not feeling that at the moment, you know. It's like he's out wandering, he's searching. It's a real time of introspection when the Hermit shows up, and it's a time of going within to find your answers. Now, I've mentioned the Fool's Journey before, and what happens, you know. The Fool is led to the Hermit when he starts questioning why, you know. Um, and he's on this search for answers, you know, and he's got this like deep, because he's developed all the emotions that he has through meeting the other people on his way. He's now wanting to go deeper with it, you know. He's wanting to explore, he's wanting to understand why things happen as well, and he's in search of a deeper truth. And this is when he comes across the Hermit. Now, the Hermit, if we think the Hermit is up here on a summit and he's by himself now within stories of Buddha or whatever, you know, they all go away to find this enlightenment, you know. They have this time by themselves to actually go within with answers. And what the Hermit really is, I feel, within the Fool's Journey, is the Hermit is his higher self. So, you know, because the Hermit disappears once he's talking to him. So it's like the Hermit is that is his higher self. So the Hermit is actually a part of him, you know. So, you know, if we have a look, you know, this is like, this is a time of taking time out, you know, whatever it is. If it's going for long walks, if it's going for drives, you know, if it's going out at night time as well, you know, anywhere where you can be in this stillness and you're not going to get the world chatter on your head, you know. This is a real time to actually go internal as well, and you do have a new understanding of the world, you know. It's like you are wise now, but it's like I don't know, it's actually sort of putting all of that together and realizing, right, okay, this is how things are, you know. Because what the Hermit actually says to the Fool is that it takes a great deal of courage to look at oneself honestly and then forge one's own path, you know. So this card is like, he's at a crossroads, really, you know. And the Hermit within this card is number 9. Now, that's strange because I did say yesterday that the 9th of September is going to be important. I then got some stuff yesterday about nines. 9 is not a number I see. Yesterday I seen it about 20 times. And the 9th is the 9th of the 9th as well. So it's doubled, it's enhanced. And what number 9 means is it's like, it's the end of a phase. It's the end of some part of cycle. This could be a situation, this could be a phase in your life, this could be a job, this could be a relationship, you know. It could be anything, but it's something that is no longer serving you in a positive way, you know. And this is it. It's time to shed. And, you know, the Hermit knows that you know, that the new that will enter his life, you know, will benefit his life and his lifestyle in so many ways as well. So this is sort of a preparation card. I mean, if we have a look, the Hermit is there, you know. He has his staff, so he has the support of himself. He has his lantern, and in that lantern is the star. Now remember, the star is our hopes and dreams, you know, and balance being restored and balance being brought into our lives. So he is allowing that to guide him. That is what's illuminating his way, you know. He's not there just sitting on top of this mountain thinking everything's crap. You know, he's actually right. Okay, I am following my hopes and dreams, but for the moment he just needs to rest, he needs to be in this stillness, and he needs to just get everything into order in his head as well, you know. So there's a real introspection here as well, and like I say, he's searching for the answers within himself, and it's like something could have happened that has made him wake up and take notice, and now he's thinking long and hard about what he truly wants. If we remember yesterday, you know, what came through was the questions to ask is, who am I and what do I want? And this is totally fits in with the Hermit card as well. So it's like there's a reevaluation here. He's like, what is known no longer serves him, so it's now okay, what is it that I actually want? And what I've just seen there is, this is snow that he's standing on, and that snow will eventually melt, so his feet will have to come back down to ground again, you know. But this is when right, okay, this is, I know where I'm going. So it's like he's taken this time to just ponder, you know. And there's like, you know, like I say, there's this reevaluation, but there's also a fear as well, you know. So like with this card, it's take this time for stillness, but don't allow yourself to get stuck, if that makes sense, you know. So the Hermit isn't a card of no action, because all of the action is actually inward as well, you know. And the Hermit is protected there, you know. He's not going to let fear come in, so please don't let fear come into this time, you know. It's like I say, it's sometimes hard sorting things out in our head, but, you know, when we let everything come out, that is when we, you know, we can tell the truth to ourselves. And this card as well, it holds like it's a very spiritual card, the Hermit, you know. It's got a lot of spirituality in it, and it's sort of like the Hermit has had this epiphany moment, you know, and he knows now he's being guided. And although, like I've said, he's still at the moment, he knows he's got to embark on his journey soon, you know. So it's like he just needs to listen to that inner voice and stop trying to drown it out, because he's come a long way. I mean, if we look at him, you know, he's got his beard there, his wisdom, he's, you know, all of this. So it's like within the Fool's journey, he's ready to start the next phase of it, because he has learned a lot, and he's learned a lot of lessons along the way. He's learned what works, and he's learned what doesn't work as well, you know. So now is the time for him to actually go ahead and put these into practice, because before the Hermit in tarot we have the Strength card, so this is where he finds his inner strength. After the Hermit we have the Wheel of Fortune, you know, which is the end of cycles, and this is, you know, ending something, starting something new, but starting on the Fool's journey again as well, you know. So it's like he has a much better understanding of himself now, you know, and he trusts in himself, and he trusts in the universe as well, you know. And he's like, he's honoring his own wisdom, and he's allowing his little light to shine here, you know. What happens when we allow ourselves to shine? That in turn attracts other people who shine themselves as well, you know, and this leads to beautiful connections for the soul. It's the Yogi Bhajan says, you know, be the lighthouse. And, you know, this is, 2 seconds. Maggie, could you just be a little bit quiet, please? Thank you. Sorry, I've got my friend here, and I could just hear her banging and everything in the kitchen there. So sorry about that. But yeah, the Yogi Bhajan says in this, you know, be the lighthouse, just stand there and shine, you know, and you will attract what you actually need to have with you. So today it's a real time to contemplate, you know. And the only thing I would say with this is the Hermit is all about Virgo, right? So try not to overanalyze, because us Virgos can do that, you know, very, very well. And it's you know, we don't want to be too analytical, because that will just make us retreat further. And if you remember, all we're doing is just having this stopgap at the minute, you know. Ask for a sign today as well, and I do feel you will get it. This could be in the words of a song, it could be something that you see written down, you know. But it's like, you know, allow yourself to shine even though you're in the darkness, because this card is very much the Hermit is all about, you know, having this illumination through the darkness. So even if you're experiencing the dark night of the soul at the moment, you know where you are being guided and you know where that light is. So it's sort of follow the light. That's what's coming in with the Hermit. So it's like I say, it's the Hermit is relying on himself here, on himself for answers, on himself for the leanings of his own heart. He's incorporating his heart and his head together, and he's learning what it is he actually stands for as well. So it's a really, really nice card, the Hermit. I really, really like that. And the second card that we have today, the Osho card. Now, at first I thought, oh, they're really different, and that's quite strange, but they're not. The more I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, right, okay. It's like the Hermit sort of, right, he's had his little bit of time and now he's prepared to, right, okay, this is what I was searching for. Because the card that we have here is called Abundance, and it's the King of Rainbows in the Osho card. I absolutely love this card. It really makes me smile so much. And it's pretty much my ideal man, this, and that's not just because the long hair and the beard, although everybody knows I'm a bit of a pagonophile, so that means somebody who likes beards. So it's nothing bad, that. So sorry, when you look at this card, there is so much to see here. And this card is often, he's referred to as like Zorba the Buddha, because he's masculine yet he's peaceful as well. He has a very spiritual outlook. I mean, if you look at him, he's just loving life there. And he's the kind of guy who, he'll drink wine, he'll dance on the beach, he'll sing in the rain, but then at the same time enjoy the depths of understanding and has the wisdom in what it takes to be a guru as well. If we have a look here, his chest is exposed. So this means that his heart is open. So he has this emotional maturity as well, So that's like a breath of fresh air, because there's so many people that are, mature in an adult sense, yet emotionally massively immature, And he has the lotus flower here as well. So this is saying that even though he's been through the bad times, he has used them to blossom. He's sitting there, he's all relaxed, he's got like hippie pants on and stuff like that. And it's like he's at home with his masculinity as well. So he's utterly like self-contained within himself. And this, what he's sitting in, this is like the book of life, the Akashic record. So it's like, right, okay, I understand them now. And, I'm going to use them to aid me, because he's using them as sort of a security as well. So this man is like, he's lived, he's experienced, and this has allowed him to come into perfect balance as well. And, we've got the moon and we've got the sun here, with the rainbow in the middle. And it's like he knows that, he understands now, to have that rainbow, you must have had to endure the rain. So it's like the coming together here. It's like the yin yang, So he has this understanding now. And, he's like, he's just happy in his own skin, he's colourful. He's like, this guy is the type of guy who could probably sit up all night and talking about the universe and his dreams, and he'll be able to explain things to you that, will make you understand them simply, and then the next minute he can be laughing and joking with you and stuff like that, So it's like, I love this type of energy, because that's pretty much like me, I'm like, I've got the attention span of Nemo. I think it's just, I get very, very easily distracted. But that's great, because this is when things come out. So there's a lot of passion comes through with these cards as well, and he's the ultimate hippie in a way, and like I say, I do have a bit of a crush on this King of Rainbows as well. But what this is saying is that if you are female, then the King of Rainbows actually making an appearance here. It brings the support of like male energies as well. And it could possibly talk about a union, like it's a soul connection here, So when he comes in, it's like I say, there's a very spiritual meeting, and something very spiritual to look forward to, I mean, like I say, this guy's sort of got it going on. If you are male, right, this is saying like it's a time now to break through conventional stereotypes, allow yourself to, you know, to be the amazing human that you are. Because if you've integrated all of these together, then, you know, well done, because, you know, there's not many do it. And it's really saying that if you haven't, take a leaf out the King of Rainbows book today, you know, because he is all about like energy and love and life, you know, and he's on about putting all of his effort into making life as abundant as possible. But if we have a look at that, there isn't anything in that card that costs him material, you know. And this is when I said Zorba the Buddha at the beginning, you know. Zorba being the warrior and living in, you know, he sort of ruled the material world, but it wasn't enough for him, you know. So he had to take the spiritual riches of the Buddha in order to reach wholeness. And this guy sort of integrated them perfectly, you know. And look at him. I mean, he's just loving life there, you know. But what I seen when I got the cards, which is I loved, is the fact that the Hermit, if we have a look, the Hermit is looking. Now, you know, this white beard signifies wisdom, but it could also signify worry as well. And it's like, I feel that if this Hermit takes off his cloak, that he is actually the King of Rainbows. You know, he is this guy, and this is where he's being guided to, and this is where the light is showing him, you know. So it's like he's taken this time to just fully, I mentioned the other day in a reading, like going from Clark Kent to Superman, and this is like he's going from the Hermit to, do you know what I mean, like super hippie here, you know, but being at one with himself. If we think about the flowering card, the Queen of Rainbows that came up the other day, and it was like, you know, she just dances to the music in life. And like I say, this is such a beautiful card. We have all of the colours of the chakras there as well. You know, it's rainbows, it's abundance, and it's happiness as well. So like I say, when he comes out from the cold, all he's got to do is shed his cloak, and that's sitting there waiting for him. So I really, really like them cards today. They're a bit gentler than they've been of late as well. And like I say, I really do. I like the King of Rainbows as well. So if anybody actually does find the King of Rainbows, then pass my number on or something, please, if you don't mind. But yeah, it's, you know, it's really, really nice. And what I'm looking at when I'm seeing that card as well, which is quite interesting, can you see behind him, there's the like snow-capped mountains, which is where the Hermit's actually been standing on. So it's like I say, when he comes through them, this is when he comes into this lush green, you know, like sort of colourful world as well. So I like them cards. I hope you did too. They're like I say, it's just be gentle with yourself today. We've got 2 days before the 9th. And then, like I say, a big shift. So just another 2 days of just hanging on. Okay, so if anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch, either my Facebook page or my website. The links are below in the description. I do have availability for this week, and the solar eclipse email reading is still on until the end of this week. So if anybody wants one of them, it's 3 questions answered in depth via your email, and they're usually there within 24 to 48 hours for you. So like I say, just chill, go inward today, and, you know, that's where you'll find your answers. So I'll see you tomorrow with the card of today. Sat Nam.